Now, after a couple hours of the meat cooking, it should be pretty shredded, and you gotta feel it, make sure that it is nice and shredded. Really important, we gotta save the juice. It's what gives it the flavor. This is the best part of the meal. So after you're done cooking the meat, after a couple hours, you want to save the juice. It gives it mama's special flavor. Most important part of the tacos. You want to use a strainer. Make sure that you get all the juice. Make sure you can get as much as you can, because you're going to want some more after. The best part about saving the juice from the meat, that it's full of flavor. So you're just basically doubling up on the flavor. So after you completely drain the meat, you got to make sure that you save the juice. Try to get as much juice out of the meat as possible, because with the juice you're going to make the sauce, and the juice is full of protein and good minerals for you. The ingredients for our sauce. Now this has to be done very precise, because the sauce has all the flavor already in it. So we don't want to take away the flavor, we just want to add to it. One of the first things we do, you get 4 of the Japanese peppers, just crush them up, a couple of peppers. You can add more if you want it more spicy. The spicier that you want it, the more peppers you add. Basically start cutting them up, get them down to a nice small portions on there. What we're using today is a molcajete. This is a traditional Mexican way to grind whatever pretty much you want to grind or make salsa. Then we're going to add the tomato. You want to cut up tomato in smaller pieces. This would help with the molcajete to squeeze it down. And you want to add a couple at a time, because then we probably will nice squeeze a little bit. It's really important. A lot of Hispanic dishes always use fresh ingredients. That's why you see the fresh tomatoes, you see the fresh meat, you see everything pretty much fresh. We want to keep as much protein as we can and flavor as we can inside of it. A pinch of garlic and a pinch of pepper will give it that extra flavor that we were looking for towards meat. The meat juice that we got from earlier, we brought it to a boil, and now we added our sauce to it. So we still got a great meat flavor in our sauce. After we added our salsa to the meat juice, we want to go ahead and let it steer for a little bit and sit there for a while, and after that we'll be ready to our next step. Okay, now we're going to toast some Japanese peppers, and this is for another special sauce. This is a spicier sauce. It's not the one that we made before with just a little bit of tomato. So this one we want to do is we want to get a hot griddle and just throw the peppers on there. You want to leave it on here and make sure they're nice and toasty. Nicely toasted. We want to get to the nearest blender, and we're going to go ahead and pour all our chilies in there. They have to be really nice and toasty, because we want to really liquefy them. Now we're going to add a pinch of oregano to our smoked chilies and a pinch of garlic. The water, we want to go ahead and add a pinch of salt, just to make sure it gets nice and diluted with the water. We got everything in the blender. We want to go ahead and blend it, but don't forget, don't tell mama we're using the blender.